Welcome back.
Shop Talk FCB.
Shop Talk FCB.
We here, baby.
We here.
Oh man, how you doing, Bacardi?
I'm good, bro.
Oh,
How are you?
Man, it's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you, man. Just like anyone else,
Mm-hmm.
we could complain,
Right.
but why complain
Exactly.
when life is good?
Absolutely.
No matter what, we here, we woke up.
Absolutely.
You know, we putting work in,
Yes, sir.
feeling accomplished.
Yes, sir.
Today is a great day, man. It just goes to show
Mm-hmm.
that sometimes you're gonna make mistakes.
Absolutely.
You know, somewhere along the way in filming episode 24,
Yes, 24.
we sent over the original file. Somewhere along
Mhm.
the way, the file got lost.
Right.
So we ended up having to re-record
Yes.
this episode.
Yep.
Like the old saying goes, everything happens for a reason.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
So we here re-recording that episode.
Yes, sir.
That same guest, which you're gonna meet soon, is one of the best people in the world, and he agreed to re-record it.
Right.
He's an awesome dude, and you know
Yes.
there are a couple things that I would
Mhm.
love to talk about as far as this individual goes.
Right.
So just to give you a little background. Our next guest is going to be a Gloversville police officer, but he's so much more.
Yes.
He's a family man. He studies the gentle art, jiu-jitsu.
Right.
He goes overseas, different countries, different states, competes.
Yeah.
And he's a beast. You can see him on YouTube. He's a cop now, but he wasn't a cop always. He was a corrections officer
right.
when he first started out in his law enforcement career. Him and I crossed paths in a correctional facility, yeah, on opposite ends of the law.
Right.
But I gotta say, I love this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I put this guy through a lot when I was incarcerated.
Right.
Not only him, but anybody that he was working with. I was a little bit of a terror, and I would make correction officer lives difficult. But
Right.
really, I was making my life more difficult.
Absolutely.
Because I end up in the box.
Exactly. You're just hurting yourself. at that point.
23-hour
Yeah.
lockdown,
Yeah.
1 hour of rec. For those of you that don't know what that means that you are in a jail cell. See you,
Mhm.
legend. 23 hours a
Out the day.
and then you
1 hour recreational.
You are allowed 1 hour to step outside of your
Mhm.
cell. Doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna go outside.
Right.
You know, you can step out of your cell.
Yeah.
I've heard they did change that law though.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
more like solitary confinement in New
Oh,
York
wow.
State.
That's good.
It is good. It is good.
Mentally, it takes a toll on someone, man.
It's gotta take a toll
Mm-hmm.
because although I consider myself A-okay,
Right.
normal if you
Right.
will,
Yeah.
being in solitary confinement
Mhm.
by yourself, it can cause you to start talking to yourself,
course,
you
having
know,
mental
and,
issues,
and
yeah.
start to have little developmental issues and stuff like that. But
Were you ever in solitary?
yeah, I was in solitary confinement a lot of times, bro.
Did you go through that? Any of those?
I went through phases where I was definitely like having a conversation with myself.
Yeah.
And when I say conversation,
Mhm.
I'm going back and forth talking to
Yeah.
myself.
Wow.
Yeah. I was able to use writing as an outlet,
Okay.
bro. And so I was, if I wasn't reading a book in solitary, I was definitely writing.
Were you writing like a journal? Or?
I was writing short stories and
Okay.
poems at that time. Which
Are you going to release any of that? 'Cause
yeah,
I'm sure-
man.
yeah, you
I
should.
plan on releasing that one day.
Yeah.
I have a nice collection
Right.
of my writings. And so, yeah, man, we're going to break those out of the vault one day and
Sounds
release
good.
them. I have an idea of how I'm going to release them. So
Right.
it'll be pretty creative, you know. That's the thing, is that when you're in solitary confinement, you can let it break you
Or make you.
or you can let it make you. And
Mhm.
for me, I was like already feeling like broken, like they
Yeah.
took my freedom.
I can
And
imagine.
then on top of the freedom, they put me in more locked up. Like you're
Right.
locked up, but now you're locked up
Yeah.
while locked up.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
solitary confinement was brutal, but I think that the way I used it occupied my time as best as I could.
Right.
I'm glad to hear that they took it out
Yeah.
because it could be mentally torturing for someone. I do also understand that some sort of punishments
Of
are
course, yeah,
needed.
because you have to know when you break a rule or a law or something, there has to be some repercussion for it.
Yeah. I remember flooding my jail cell.
You.
Me.
Purposely.
Stuffed my whole roll of toilet paper in the toilet. I covered the hole of my sink, and I just kept flushing the toilet,
Right.
and I kept pressing the button for water to come out.
Right.
Eventually, it all overflowed.
Wow.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
also
Mhm.
got us an opportunity
Mhm.
to get out of ourselves. Get out of here and lock the door, will you?
Sure.
You have to excuse the angry glass. Damn. He comes by here and hangs out.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
visits with us.
Right.
And I love when he does that because to me it gives the shop
Right.
a certain
Sense of security.
yeah,
Right,
yeah. The
right, right.
people around
Yeah.
that are here, they're like they might feel a little bit more secure.
Absolutely.
There are some people
Mhm.
that come here
Mhm.
that are like, oh,
Right.
for cops.
That's crazy.
And it's like, yo, if you weren't living like a
Mhm.
criminal,
You wouldn't have that attitude.
you wouldn't have that attitude. You realize that
Absolutely.
this dude is actually a good
Absolutely.
guy. This guy is super, super tough. He been tough. You know, I got out. This guy saw that I was out. He didn't even one time mention
Anything about that?
anything about my past
Wow.
and our run-ins
Right.
and the times that I like drove him up the wall, you know,
Right,
because you know, like I know that I drove him crazy sometimes. And
Right.
never once. Very humble dude.
Mhm.
Just the guidance that he provides and the knowledge that he
Mhm.
brings to the table.
Right.
Anyone that's around him is gonna benefit from
Yeah.
him. You know what I mean? And I'm lucky enough to be able to cut his hair.
That's right.
What's your opinion on police?
Overall on police?
Yeah,
I
overall.
mean, we need police. We need a law and order because without law and order, everybody would just run amok, just run rampant, and it'll be crazy out there. We didn't have some type of law and order. We need it.
Yeah,
I know,
we need that.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
we don't need excessive abuse. That we don't need. That we
Right.
can do without.
Yeah.
But we do need police to keep law and order. We need it because
Mhm.
without that, who's going to regulate things?
I
Who's
know.
going to who's going
I
to keep things
know.
in check? So
Now I drive with illegal tint all the way around my car.
okay.
And I don't care if the cops are behind me because I don't care. Like, because I'm not hiding anything illegal in my car. If
Right.
the worst thing that can happen to me is I'm going to get a tint
Ticket.
ticket. And that is not the same feeling that I used to have. You
Right.
know, I used to be paranoid. Yo, last week,
Mhm.
somebody came in here,
Mhm.
got a haircut. As soon as he stepped foot out, there were cops waiting for him.
Oh wow! So
Mhm.
they seen him coming here or something?
I don't know how
Oh.
it happened,
Oh.
but shout out to the GPD.
Uh-huh.
They walked him across the street
Mhm.
to put him in cuffs instead of putting him in cuffs
In here.
in here or even on my sidewalk.
Wow.
I appreciated that because
you don't want to have that kind of scene or environment in your establishment.
yeah. If you do a crime, I hope you get caught. I'm tell you right now, I hope you get caught. For me,
Yeah.
I got caught every time.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
that's why I realized, you're good at certain things. This over there, you're not good
But there's
at. You
nothing
know what
good
I'm
in
saying?
being a criminal.
No,
There's nothing
and
at all.
Who
Not
are
one
you
thing.
going to inspire being
Nobody.
a criminal?
Nobody.
You know, when you got people looking up to you,
Yeah. It's corny, bro.
Yeah, and you know what? We got people now that they really aspire to be like
Right.
us. You
Yeah,
know
of
what
course,
I mean?
absolutely.
I had a little kid the other
Mhm.
day. He said he wants to be a barber. I said, really? Yo, you want to be a barber? I'm gonna give him some machines.
Right.
Just to, I want to look out for him and help him
Right.
out.
That's what's up.
I was like, you really want to be a barber? He was like, yeah. You and your barbers inspired me.
Oh, that's what's
Like
up, man.
a little kid said that, bro.
That's
Like,
awesome.
There was a flood
Mhm.
in Fort Plain.
Did you cause that one too? With your,
I didn't cause that flood. That was good. That was good. Forgot what year it was. If I had to guess, I say 2013.
Okay.
And,
Oh, yeah. Yep,
and it was
yep.
a bad flood.
Mhm.
And I remember I worked here all
Mhm.
day on a Saturday.
Right.
When I finished my last client,
Mhm.
my client asked me, "What you gonna do?" I was like, "I think I'm gonna go see what I can
Yeah.
do to help out the
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
at Fort Plain." And he said, "What are you gonna do?" I was like, "I don't know." He was like, "Well, I'll go with you."
Wow.
And so I was like, all right. So we
Mhm.
drove out there.
Mhm.
As soon as we parked,
Uh-huh.
a car parked
Right.
right next to us. There was a cop. And we get out, it's her and a girl.
Wow.
Yeah. He was like, hey, what's going on? I was like, hey, what's going on? I was like, yeah, we just came out here. We're seeing what we could do, like, to help out the victims,
Yeah, yeah.
or what, we could help clean
Yeah.
up or something. And he was like, you know what? Get in the car.
Mhm.
I'll take you to where you can help.
Yeah.
And he brought us to, which was, it was surreal to me, because this was actually the first time I seen him since all the incarcerations.
Right.
Right? So
Now, this is the first time you've been in a cop car not being a criminal?
yes.
Okay.
It felt really weird, man. But I think I sat in the front seat too.
Right. Oh, man.
I was like, oh my God, give me a badge or something. He took us to the school where Red Cross had set up like cots to sleep in.
Yep.
They provided meals and stuff like that. He dropped us off up there, and he was like, yo, here's my number. Give me a call when you're done. I'll come pick you guys back up. You know, we helped out. We cleaned up.
Yes, sir. But you know what? Ryan's going to be here soon. And the next thing you'll see us do, cut right into the interview. Stay tuned, guys.
In 1, 2, 3, pow! Told you he would be here.
Magically appeared.
Magic. You know what I'm saying? We got the one and only Ryan Hernago in the house.
Thank you for coming back. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much. As you just heard Bacardi say, thank you for coming back. Why?
Yes.
Because this is round 2 of this interview.
That's right. Somehow, someone lost his footage.
Yeah,
Not blaming anyone, but...
Somehow, somewhere along the way in the Matrix,
yes, sir.
the file for his first interview...
Which was a great one, by the way.
Which was such a good interview. Yeah. But you know what? We got him back.
That's right.
You know, I told him, and you know, this is how awesome he is. I told him, I explained to him what happened. He goes, it's okay, Mike. Things happen. It's no big deal. Yeah. Just let me know when, you know, and we'll do it again. Right. Just like that. You know, sometimes explaining that to someone,
absolutely,
someone will be like, oh my God, because it's kind of like for someone that hasn't done this before, it might be a little nerve-wracking to come in on a show and talk about whatever we may talk about. I do think we thank you for coming.
No problem at all.
Absolutely.
Thank you. How was your day today?
Day's pretty good. Warm out. Enjoyed the weather.
Day off?
Yeah.
Nice. So I already told the world that Ryan, he works for a local police department here in Gloversville. He's been at this job for many years now. And before that, he was in a different department in Fort Plain. Shout out to Fort Plain.
Right.
And he also was a correctional officer. Before all that, wrestling champion, right? Like your name is still in the hallways in Canajoharie, right?
Yes, it is.
We gotta touch. What's it like being a police officer in 2025? We'll start with that question before I go into like these other branch questions.
For me, I've seen such a dramatic shift. The moment when I first started to now to what policing is. Things have certainly changed, public opinion, everything like that.
You know, you've been doing this for how many years?
All in all, since I first started now, May 12th was 20 years.
Oh, wow.
20 years. Wow. That's awesome. So you're nearing retirement? You might.
It's close. It's close. Because I started with the sheriff's office that time in New York. They don't let it carry over.
Yeah.
It only goes on the tail end.
Yeah.
So I have to make up for that time.
That's all right. That's going to fly by. Dude.
It will. Time's already flying by.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And I know that you have seen a list of things that you might not ever be able to unsee. Being a police isn't always for the... What do they call it? The faint of heart? Faint of heart. I'm not really good at sayings, but I know it was something like that. So, but with that being said, you also get to see some cool things when it comes to being a police. I know to a lot of the kids that you run into, they look at you like a hero, right? You know, all the gadgets and all the stuff, and they ask you all these questions. And what do you say to like a curious mind, like a kid that is looking up to you like... You know?
I tell them all the time, you know, as they say, there's something you want to do, keep studying, graduate school, keep yourself out of trouble. I said, it's not hard. It's not impossible to get where I am. It's really not, especially now, because now you see enlistment in police have just dropped significantly. Like I was telling somebody the other day, when I first took the test in Montgomery County, just for Montgomery County now, I was one of 500 and I believe 78 people that took the test. Now, this most recent one we had in Fulton County, I think only 60 people signed up.
Wow. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
The interest in the career field is just completely plummeted.
Wow.
What is it going to take to get people to sign up? I always tell people, you should be a police officer. I think it's a cool job, you know? Like, just because I see what you guys be doing, you know, it's a cool gig, you know?
Right. It's a saying I've heard before, it's front row ticket to the greatest show on earth.
Hey. There's got to be a little bit of a challenge when you maybe arrested someone and then you see him at Stewart's or something like that.
Most of the time, it's like 50-50. I always tend to be very polite and cordial, especially with people that are being plate and everything like that. So half the time when I see him, I'm like, hey, Hernable, how's it going, man? I'm like, hey, how you doing? Oh, better, I'm staying out of trouble. I'm like, that's great, that's awesome. You know, you get the ones that didn't like me or something during the process because they're just not going to like you regardless of how nice or how professional you are.
Yeah.
They just ignore you.
Yeah.
It's just, I've never had a real terrible interaction where I've run into somebody. You know?
Well, that's cool. Some people, they look at cops like they got a duck, or they might not even be doing anything wrong.
Right.
But where did that mind frame come from? Who taught you that? Who, like, some people are scared of the cops. There's nothing to be scared of. There's only one reason you should be scared of the cop, right?
If you're doing something wrong.
If you're doing something wrong. Otherwise, it's like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I always look at it. What are some of the challenging parts when dealing with the general public?
You know, you come in these situations and kind of throughout your career, you go through these waves. You see, like the repeat offenders, I deal with it as is now. I have one certainly had to deal with before I went on my little vacation here, you know. I've been doing this dance with him for over 10 years now, since when we first met him and first had to arrest him. It's been over 10 years, he just keeps doing it.
Yeah.
We're on a first name basis with each other. I tell him he can call me that, you know. I don't have to, you know. But we show up, it's kind of argument at first, and then finally when he realizes, like, oh jeez, you know, if he's doing this, he's got me. You know? It gets back to the station, and it's like, all right, Hernick, am I gonna get taken and go home? It's like, well, you know, sometimes I'm like, you know what, it's not that bad. I'll do that for you. Then you get the guys too that I've been through it 100 times with them, and they know already too. They're like, there's no point in fighting them. It only makes things worse, especially for me.
And what about, like, moving up in position? Like, you enter, how does it work? You enter with one stripe and you work from there, or no stripes and you work from there? Is it like the military, like that, in that aspect? Is it optional? Is it mandatory?
No, it's optional.
Okay.
There's you come in at base, like a lot of the time you come in at base patrolman, right?
Okay.
There's no stripes. Like our place, we have corporals who are supervisors like myself out on the street, run around. You have a sergeant that's usually at the station. You have lieutenant, captain. Detectives division is a whole different one. They have the detectives, detective sergeant, detective lieutenant. There's ranks, but you have to test for every one of those positions.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the test you took to get in, you have to do a whole another test again for that supervisor's position, and test and interview for it and everything like that.
Okay.
There's a lot of guys in this field though that you don't have to. There's a lot of guys that don't want to.
Yeah.
They're like, no, I'm happy doing this. I'm happy where I am.
Yeah.
They get a certain position in the department. They're like, no, I'm okay here.
Yeah. You like your coworkers? You got some cool coworkers?
Oh yeah.
Nice. You know, I was telling them that you come by and you visit with us all the time, and I love when you do that. I think others have seen you do that as well, and so now they come by to visit. I freaking love it, man. I love it.
Well, I stress to the guys all the time too, like, get out, go into the businesses, talk to the people, talk to them. Get out and get yourself seen. It's so much easier too when you see stuff, because we've had big crime scenes happen before, and people are out and everything like that. And because I get out and get myself seen, people are like, hey, Chernobyl, come here. And then they get talking to me. Why? Because I'm a familiar face, and they know me. And they're not just approaching somebody they don't know.
Right.
I told Bacardi, man, I feel lucky to be able to cut your hair. You know, because we have a history. We've known each other for a very long time now, right? Long time. I thank you so much for just being how you are with me, because a guy like me coming out and bumping into you, immediately I'm like, oh, man, is he gonna judge me for how I was, where I was? And you never did that. You know, sometimes your brain plays tricks on you, and they make you think like, oh, this guy's not gonna like me because of what I was once, you know what I mean, or what I was like at one point, you know.
We were kids when we first met.
We were
kids. We were young. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I think we first met each other, neither one of us were legally able to drink a beer.
No, right. Yeah.
Close to it.
You're right.
Wow.
I was in the minor section. Yeah.
Crazy.
And you're doing superhuman stuff now. We mentioned you in a podcast a couple episodes ago with Professor.
Yes.
What a good episode that was too,
That was
you know.
awesome.
And so we brought you up in that. You are up to like a lot of cool things. You're teaching not just your stepdaughter, but you're teaching other kids too. So wrestling. You are what belt in jiu-jitsu? Brown belt in jiu-jitsu. Give him his flowers for
That's
that.
right.
Give him his flowers for that. Yes, baby. That's not an easy belt to get.
Not at all.
But if you stick with the program, you stay determined, motivated, get that brown belt.
right. That's
There's
right.
no secret to it. They always say there's no secret. Just keep showing up.
Right.
Just keep showing up, man. That's awesome.
Right.
That's awesome. And so, how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu?
9 years and change now.
Wow.
And that was at high level?
Yes.
High level jiu-jitsu, baby. Oh, man.
Because of Murata.
He's the reason?
I took my car in there one day. The wrestling club I went to had shut down. And I went in there, and the one day I walked up, his ear was blown up.
You're like, I like that
I said,
ear.
what happened? I said, what happened? I said, yeah. I said, what happened, bud? He goes, jiu-jitsu. I said, really? And we get talking. He goes, you should start coming. He says, I think it'd be an easy transition for you from wrestling into this. I'm like, you think so? I'm telling you, just stop by. I sat on it for another week or two. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to show up.
Yeah.
You were one of the first people I saw there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember
Yep,
Mike
yep.
Porter.
Yeah.
Big Mike.
He's a good guy,
He
too,
is, too.
man. Mike
Fantastic.
Porter's the man.
Fantastic individual.
Yes.
Yeah, I walked in and I'm like, okay, this is very similar. I like this. I'm gonna stick with this for a while.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's so awesome. Wow, man. And look at him now. He started off with a white belt, brown belt. The last one is his next belt.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, with a few degrees on it.
Yeah.
Teaching, is it easy? Is it difficult getting through to the kids, or does it come natural to you and makes it easy for you?
To me, I'm always taking notes of what I could do better and how kids responded to things or how people responded to certain things. And I'm always watching certain people. For instance, there's one practitioner, Henry Akins. You've been to a seminar before?
Yeah, I went to the
You remember
seminar.
that?
Yes, I love
That's
that
the one thing.
seminar.
Phenomenal instructor. Like, if I can be half of what he is, like, I'd be set. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
And I watch him in so many video tutorials and everything like
Yeah.
that. And half the reason isn't even just to learn the move, is how he's describing and what he's
Wow.
doing and how he's getting his point across. Because the way he speaks to you is amazing.
Right.
Like,
The
everybody
delivery makes it
understands his
easy.
delivery.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's great.
Every time I do that, I see things and I make little adjustments to how I do things and everything now. You know, like, for instance, when I'm showing a move, I'm doing it in steps and I'm repeating the step 3 or
Yeah.
4 times. I do it, go back, do it, go
Right.
back. And a lot of people see that and then register that motion, you know?
I mean, it's got to be fulfilling, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
for you to see somebody get it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like,
Yes.
I see you get it. Yeah.
Especially in competition when they win and they
Right.
choke
Yeah.
somebody out with something I showed them. I'm like,
Choke 'em! Yeah,
I
man.
sit back and I'm like, I'm so proud.
That was a good choke. Yeah. Tell us about your daughter, Liv, breaking boundaries.
Yes. Setting records.
She started off in sports doing field hockey and everything like that. And she was little. She was just at the end of like her first grade year, or the beginning of her second grade year.
Wow.
And she was saying to me, she was in my den and she's looking at stuff. She says, how do you get all these trophies? How do you get all these medals? I said, from wrestling and jiu-jitsu. She goes, am I going to get them from T-ball? Am I going to? I says, oh, not like you can get them in wrestling and
Yeah.
stuff like that. She goes, oh, I remember she came in probably 5 or 6 months later with a letter. She goes, hey, they have wrestling for us. Can you want to sign us a permission slip? I said, yeah, absolutely. So we signed her up and she started doing it. She's such an athletic kid. She hit the ground running, you know.
You were bringing her to jiu-jitsu classes
Yeah.
for a little bit. I remember that.
Yep.
And like in adult classes.
Yeah,
But
right,
he
right.
would work with her.
Of
Yeah, it was
course,
awesome.
yeah.
Keep going.
She just took to it. We finally brought her. She ended up taking second in her first tournament.
Wow.
The kid she lost to for first place, it was a close match. It
Yeah.
wasn't anything like she got handled or anything.
Now, that match that she was fighting for first place, how did she take that?
She took it well. I always kind of preach her, as gracious as you are in winning, you have to be just as gracious in loss.
Right.
I know kids that if in a baseball game they strike out
I know.
and
it's
they're
like
in
the end of the world.
tears.
Yeah.
They're like, and I'm just like, well, that was the third inning. We
Right,
still
right.
got more innings.
Yeah.
I remember my son, man. My son did wrestling for 2 years. I remember his first year, bro. You know, that's my son. I gotta go support him.
Right.
And so I'm over here in Fonda. It's his turn, and I pull out my phone, and I'm like ready to record. And immediately I was like, stop recording. I'm not recording this. You know what I mean? But the reason why I stopped recording, bro, is because, tell me if you ever heard anything like this at a match. My son is out there,
Yeah.
and he's getting thrashed,
Yeah.
bro, by a more experienced wrestler. And I'm just, I went from, yeah, Michael, yeah, come on, Michael. And then I hear the other kid's parent over here, and he's like, yeah, get him, kill him, get him. And I'm just like, choke him out. I'm like, don't do that. It's my son. It's my son. Don't do that. So, like, that's, the parents do that. Like, you know, like, do they want that their son to?
Oh, there's some parents that
Yeah. Right.
are way out of control. I'm lucky enough in Johnstown where I coach youth sport, we have great parents there
That's good.
who you know, we kind of have a talk with them at the beginning of the year. We have a great team. Parents, the kids, everybody, it's great. It
Right.
really is. One of the mothers, one of my wrestlers, Anthony Loria, he moved up to modified last year, and his mother was all upset because she was like, "Oh, I have to go to modified." She's like, "I love being with us. I love being with the team, the
Right.
group, the parents. Like everybody meshes really well together,
Yeah.
and it's a really, really great support system with the parents, the coaches, and
Right.
everybody like that. Like she really liked that atmosphere,
Wow,
and
that's
she
great.
hated her son moving up.
Mm.
She wished her son could have
Right,
stayed younger
right, right.
a little longer and stayed with us, and I wish he could have stayed with us too.
Yeah.
I hate losing the kids like that. I love that they're going to modified to wrestle still.
Right.
But when they leave our team from second to sixth
Right.
grade, we have them. And when they leave that, it's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
brutal. It's brutal
Yeah.
watching them. It's
Yeah.
tough watching them grow up.
I know a couple kids that you teach, man. And they're little savages.
Yes.
Yeah, they're little savages.
Yes.
They're gonna be beasts. I mean, they're already young beasts.
Right,
you
right,
know?
right.
And you have done numerous amounts of tournaments in United States, but you've also been traveling to do some other tournaments as well, right?
Yep.
You went to Brazil recently.
September of 25.
Okay.
Oh, wait, it's
24?
24.
24.
Yeah.
24.
He was in Brazil, and he had posters. Came back with no posters. Signed all the posters away. Everybody wanted him.
Right,
They
right.
say he was the first American,
First American police officer to compete.
Wow.
to compete into this
Yeah,
tournament. I mean, he was representing the U.S.
Of course, absolutely.
You know what I mean? He wasn't just representing Gloversville at
Or
that
New
point.
York.
How did they receive you over there?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah,
It was great. It really was. And,
Brazil's a very welcoming. Would you go back?
yes. There's a possibility of me going back now. I was talking to the promoter the other day, and he's looking to do another installation. Sent me a message the other day and says, I still believe you got a lot of fire to burn. Would you be ready for another fight? I said, yes, sir.
What's next for Hernagle? What's next for Hernagle?
Prior to that, I'm going to obviously take the summer off. I think if everything goes through, I get a contract for Brazil in October. I'm going to prepare for that one. I don't know what's next after that. We'll see what comes up.
That's what's up. You going with the flow?
Yes.
Going with the flow, man.
Yeah.
That's what's
I know
up.
James posted one. There was an IBJJF tournament, I think, in like the end of August or something like that in New York City. I think we might head down to that one.
That'd be
Not
awesome.
100% yet, but
Right.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Representing high level jiu-jitsu everywhere.
That's right.
And
That's
you also expressed to me that one time that you have interest in opening up your own academy, if
Yeah.
you will, right? At some
Yeah.
point. Man, this area will benefit from that so
Absolutely.
much, bro.
Yeah.
The kids in this area do not have anything like that.
there's not a lot for the kids here.
There's not a lot.
There's really not.
Man, I'm with you all the way. We're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
support you every
Oh, yeah.
step of the way. If you
Absolutely.
need anything at all from us,
Yes, sir.
we want to help you, and I hope you do, man. I hope you open it. You're gonna get not only my support, but the whole community support.
Absolutely.
Everybody loves you, so
Yes, sir.
I know it'll be a great success.
Yes. What advice would you give to someone who wants to be in the same field you're doing, who wants to be a police officer, who maybe wants to be in jiu-jitsu or wrestling, or what advice would you give to even a younger version of yourself?
Number one, I tell them is make sure you're getting enough sleep.
Okay.
Holy cow. The injuries I've went through over the years and everything like that, and
Right.
I look back at them and, I've changed things and I've learned things. You read things and,
Right.
found out that was the biggest hang up in my career, especially with progression, having to face with injuries and everything is just go to bed,
Right.
get enough sleep.
Right.
Here I was at a young age, going to bed, getting 4, maybe 5 hours, and then getting up and then going for a 2-hour training session
Right.
where you and another guy are just going at it like it's a shootout, You get by and you're like, oh, my elbow, oh, my knee, oh, my back, and it's
Right.
like, get enough sleep.
Right,
Get enough
right,
sleep. It's not, you're not a tough guy by the amount of sleep you don't get. And I try and tell
Absolutely.
people that all the time. It's the
Absolutely.
same thing with this job.
Yeah.
It's everything. And I tell everybody all the time, even the recruits in the academy, everything, I'm like, guys, go home and get sleep.
Right.
Rest well.
Right.
Like there's no measure of toughness by the the amount you don't get,
Right.
and then go in and do that. You're going to burn yourself out. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to burn yourself out mentally and physically. I tell them too. It's if you want something, you have to study. You have to
Right.
work for it.
Right.
Nothing ever comes easy.
Absolutely.
You have to work for it. You have to show up to class. You got to study materials. You sit home. You watch stuff. If you want to be a police officer, there's plenty of books for sale on Barnes and Noble, stuff like
Right.
that. You can study for the exams and everything like
Right.
that. But it's like, even when you get on the job, it's not over yet.
Mhm.
You know, there's case law being written every day. You have to be
Right.
up to date with case law, what's going on. Look at your cases and everything. Check out your cases, how
Yeah.
things went good, how things went bad. You can always talk to the district attorney's office and say, was there something better I could have done for this?
Mhm.
Was there something that you would have liked me have done better as far as my investigation on this?
Right.
If you see you lose a case, it's like, okay, how did I lose this?
Yeah.
You know, okay, what mistake did I make? Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. Right.
You constantly, you just don't get to a point, you're like, all right, I know everything there is to know, and
Mhm.
I'm there. No,
Right.
you're never there.
Right.
Nobody is ever there.
Absolutely.
It's constant.
It's so true. Even with our, our positions, technology is ever evolving.
Yeah.
Styles in my position, styles are ever
Right.
evolving.
You can learn
And
something every day.
We
Every day you
have
learn
to be on
something.
point. We have to
Mhm.
remain a student
Mhm.
and act like a sponge.
That's it.
You know,
Especially in your career, Phil. I'm waiting for the flock of seagulls here. Whoever thought the mullet would come back?
I mean, the mullet is back in full effect.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man, the mullet is back. I mean, I wish I could get a mullet. I wish I could get any haircut. I just want any haircut. This is sad story. The world must know.
Well, it is what it is.
That's what's under the hat, everyone. Well, man, Harnago, I don't want to tie you up anymore, man. I want to, from the bottom of our hearts, man, we really do thank you for coming back on the show.
Yes.
Dropping some real jewels,
Mhm.
awesome information for us, but also for this audience. Very humble person, knowledgeable, approachable, respectful. If you see this gentleman out there in the world, which, by the way, follow his Instagram, the Gloversville Grappler. Am I right about that?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
The
Okay.
Gloversville Grappler on IG. That way you can follow his journey too.
Right.
He's always posting videos, and not only of his progress, but the progress of those he's teaching. Say hello to this man when you see him.
That's
Wave
right.
to him.
That's right.
You're looking at a real hero right now. And
Thank you.
thank you very much, Hernago.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate
Yes, sir.
you.
Greatly
man, for real.
appreciate it. Greatly
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
let's give him another round of applause, guys.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
We did it, baby.
That's right.
Episode 24
Yes,
is
sir.
in the books, baby.
See you on the next one, guys.
We did it. Peace.
Peace.